I just wanna be a better me. I don't wanna be no one else.
Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today let's talk about advanced techniques in mixing. So without wasting time, let's get it started. This is the vocals I want us to be working with.
Whenever I call, you are there.
Now that sounds really dry and cool to me. So I'm going to turn on my vocal. Take note, this reverb, it's actually been applied as a parallel process and not serial. You can only achieve this when you do parallel processing in reverbs. If you don't understand what the parallel process means, you can drop a question as a comment below and I'll treat that as well. So this is what the reverb sounds like.
Whenever I call, you are there.
You can hear that's a whole lot. From the beginning of the vocal to the end of the vocal is filled with reverb, and even after the vocal, the reverb is still in play. That's because of how much time I have on the reverb. Now this was intentional. So after getting that done, I don't want my vocals to be so watered with the reverb. So what I did to it is, first of all, I added an equalizer and I took away all of the frequencies I don't want to be represented in the reverb. And I have this, I've actually rolled off all the way up to 300 Hertz. It's been taken off, and all the way down to 5 kilohertz has also been taken off. And this is how the reverb sounds with the equalizer.
Whenever I call, you are there.
You can hear that without the equalizer.
Whenever I call, you are there.
So what the equalizer did was actually to take away those frequencies that is not necessary in the reverb. I am still having too much of the reverb on my vocal, because in this song I want my vocal to be as dry as possible, and at the same time I want the reverb to be very obvious as possible. That's kind of weird, but it's possible.
Whenever I call, you are there.
So this is what I've done to this reverb and the vocal. I have a compressor with ability to sidechain. Now, not all compressors can actually do sidechain, so take note, you must go for a compressor with a sidechain ability. And this is Pro Tools stock in compressor. All of the plugins I'm using for these tutorials is Pro Tools stock in, so you can actually get this by using Pro Tools. Now, this is what I've done to this vocal and reverb. If you know what sidechaining is, you will definitely understand this, but just in case you're not aware and you don't understand what sidechain means, also drop a question in the comment below and I'll also answer that as well. So I have my ratios to be 100. My attack is very fast, like very fast. My release is way slow. 1 second is way slow. So this is what it sounds like. Before I talk about the threshold, let's hear what it sounds like with the sidechain on.
Whenever I call, you are there.
My vocal is back to that dry state it was, but the moment the vocal is done performing, the reverb comes up just like before. Take a listen.
Whenever I call, you are there.
So that is what the sidechain has done to my reverb and my vocal. Now, intentionally, I have sent just 10 decibels out of 60 decibels I've sent just 10 decibels of my vocal to this reverb. This is what we have. If I drop this to minus 60 decibel, you realize my vocal is going to be totally dry. Listen.
Whenever I call, you are there.
So my vocal is totally dry. Then after the vocal, the reverb is going to come up, but still gradually. So I didn't want my vocal to be too dry, and I had to send about 10 decibels of it to the reverb. So when the vocal plays, a little amount of it's been sent to the reverb. Okay, let's take this all the way to minus 30 decibel. That means we are sending exactly 50% of the vocal to the reverb.
Whenever I call, you are there.
So you hear a whole lot of reverb in it already. So for us to achieve that dryness and still get the wetness to come up after the reverb, we send a little amount of the vocal to the reverb. So in this case, I choose to send, let me say, if I keep it at minus 40 decibels, I'm sending 20 decibel amount of the vocal to the reverb. So let's hear what it sounds like.
Whenever I call, you are there.
Okay, so you hear the vocal is very dry to an extent and a little bit wet, but after the vocal, the reverb comes up fully. Now, if I play this with the song as a whole, instrumentals and everything, you hardly notice if the vocal is wet or dry, but at the end of the vocal you hear a whole lot of reverb coming up. So that gives the listeners the sense of feelings that okay, the vocal is actually wet, because they will hear a whole lot of reverb coming up after the vocal. But in the real sense, you have a dry vocal to a certain amount and a little bit of wetness on your vocal to make it not too hard. Then you have a cleaner mix. The mix is going to be more neat and your vocal is going to be more strong and precise. But after your vocal, the reverb is going to come up and cloud everywhere and make the listener feel like there's a lot of reverb on this. So this is a very technical way of applying your reverb. If you study this and understand this properly, it's going to enhance your mixing and take your mixing probably to the next level. So that is that for reverb. I'm still going to do a video on delay as well, but for the sake of time, we're going to stop here. So if you don't want to miss out, subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell so you get notified once I drop new contents. For now, that's it. Bye bye.
SOUNDLAB Studio. Discover your sound.